Some say it is the 21st century, while others say it is the age of technology. I say welcome to Heritage on ITV, where we will be taking you back to your roots. I am Olohigie Ehigbai, so wherever you are right now, stay glued to your TV set as we will be looking at grinding stones in Nigeria. So don't go nowhere, don't touch that dial, because this is Heritage. A wide range of prehistoric artifacts were formed by pecking, grinding, or polishing one stone with another. Grinding stones are usually made of basalt, rhyolite, granite, or other microcrystallinous metamorphic rocks, whose coarse structure make them ideal for grinding. Grinding stones are in use today in Nigeria and several African countries. Grinding stones are mostly made out of cryptocrystalline rocks. They have a very fine grain structure, which is helpful because the smaller the grains are in the rock, the harder the rock is. However, in Nigeria, the grinding stone is not only a popular way of grinding flavored pepper and hot pepper. The stone is also used to peel hard grain.
Like this kind one now, they sell like 800. If they buy them, go tell that they'll use them. They also come for big rubber, for water. Like tomorrow, now they'll come out them. They'll go wash them. They'll put sand. They wash them. They'll put bitter leaf. After that one, they'll come risk and finish. They'll call the user.
I've been into this business for over 20 years. So we sell kitchen things, kitchen utensils, both the native type and otherwise. We sell grinding stone, we sell mortar. The patronage, I will say is good, it's good. Formerly, they patronize us far better than now. It looks as if this blender is taking over the importance of grinding stone. But in any case, like times the ladies do marriage, their mothers comfort that grinding stone. Well, it looks as if traditionally is very necessary and it's very important. So they patronize us. Anybody wedding, they will come to buy mortar, buy grinding stone. There's another one they call Uro. They buy all of them, both broom. They use it to escort the lady to the husband's place. So some still appreciate the use of grinding stone because they believe that whatever they use grinding stone to blend tastes better than the English blender. So people like using grinding stone. Some of them, their own will be broken. You see them coming back. They will say, my grinding stone has been broken. Some younger generation too, they will say that they just buy it, they keep it. At times when NEPA will go off, they will remember that they have grinding stone at home. In any case, we are still selling, they're coming, they're buying it. Only that the younger generation, they don't really know the importance of that grinding stone.
I make use of the grinding stone because if I use grinding stone to grind tomatoes to make stew, it's very, very sweet. Because there's different way you use grinding engine to grind tomatoes to make stew. There is different, and when you use grinding stone to mix to grind tomatoes, there is different. But the grinding stone own is very, very sweet, and the difference is that the machine own, there's water. The water is too much. Because when they are grinding tomatoes for you, the water is too much. But when you use grinding stone, it's very thick and it's not too smooth. Man, the stew, the stew is super. In short, that's the reason why I like grinding stone. And when I use grinding stone to grind the melon, when I want to make melon soup, in short, my husband love it. Because the melon soup is not too watery. It's very thick and it's super. It's very, very sweet. So that's the reason why I love using grinding stone. Right? Even when I was in my parents' house, I used grinding stone. Even when I'm married, I bought grinding stone when I was about to have my first child. So I'm very, very happy to use grinding stone. My advice to those girls out there or those ladies out there is good to use grinding stone because you cannot just depend on a machine at the market. Maybe when you are in haste now, then maybe there's no time, maybe it wants to rain, you are in haste, and you have tomatoes in your bag and pepper, or maybe melon or every other thing you want to grind. You cannot just depend on a machine. At least you want to run down home. When you have grinding stone at home, you use the grinding stone to grind this, and with that one, you are okay. And another thing I want to tell those young ladies out there, they should not just rely on a blender alone. At least when you have grinding stone, and when there is no light, at least you can make use of grinding stone. With grinding stone, you are okay.
It's been said that the slow process of grinding with a stone produces better taste in stew, soup, and sauce.
It's true, because they have different taste. Yes, when you are eating the one with a blended with a blender, it's different from when you are eating the one with a grinding stone, because that grinding stone is not necessarily smooth. It's not smooth when you grind it.
They should not underrate grinding stone. It's very good. Like me, I have it at home, and I use it. I have blender equally. So at times, if there is no light, I use grinding stone. Even at times when there is light, at times I prefer using grinding stone, because when you use it to blend something like tomatoes, you don't add water. You blend, it comes out naturally like that. But like blender, you want to run pepper, you add little water, and that will change the natural stage.
If they make soup, they sweet, and it's different than this engine. Like this a grinding stone. Now, if you use a grind now, like an engine now, this engine now, if you use that, if they get water. But this grinding stone, if you use a different, they thick well. If they use a grinding stone.
The food grinded or whatsoever is grinded with grinding stone, the taste differs from the one of the engine. So grinding stone is good, and it's also exercising. So I will encourage our young youth these days, and I always like it in an easy way, to imbibe the culture of using grinding stone, and they will enjoy it. It's good. It's lovely. I love food cooked by grinding stone.
When I was very young, it was my grandma that I grew up with, and she's using all such traditional grinding stones, the way of cooking, and her food is the most delicious food I ate on this life. So that is why now I'm even trying to persuade my wife that she should go back to the olden days, because they were way of cooking is even more healthier than modern days cooking. Like your wife have to wait about 10-30 minutes before you reach home, she start cooking. I think if we go back to the olden days, we'll live longer, healthier, and better, and will be very productive to the nations.
Grinding stones are used for grinding a wide variety of vegetables, such as tomatoes, pepper, and spices, which are used in creating most of our indigenous delicacies, like black soup, melon, and others, but to mention a few. Grinding stones come in different shapes, sizes, and patterns. However, the most common in most places are the oval and rectangular shaped grinding stones. Grinding stones have been in existence from time immemorial, dating back to the Neolithic Age, New Stone Age, and have been in use since then.
The way that they use now, all those spices like ginger, garlic, all those nutmeg, the seed ones. Where I take the seasoned meat, and they grind them for grinding stone before I put them for meat. If you say make you pound that for mortar or make you blend them, if you want eat them, the seed of those things go enter your mouth, and if you bite that in the raw, you no go enjoy them. So I use grinding stone daily to blend those things for boiling meat.
Normally, we always make use of it. We look at it as something quick service. If there's no chance to grind something for market or somewhere, when you have grindstone for house, quickly to do what you want to grind.
We came to meet it in our forefather and our mother using it, but with the advent of technology now, that one is gradually fading away. So people now decide to be using a grinding machine because it's now faster and it's more efficient and hygienic and all that.
I see grinding stone every day, almost on daily basis, because as somebody that grew up in the traditional home, that is the major grinding factor at home. You need to grind any type of thing you want to grind. So it's nice.
In some parts of Nigeria, the grinding stone is given to the daughter by the mother on her wedding day as a gift signifying the importance of the grinding stone in the home and symbolizing the importance of cooking. It also symbolizes her transition into womanhood. However, in most urban cities, the grinding stone is gradually being phased out, and it's quickly been replaced by new products like the domestic electric blender, commercial blender, and choppers.
When they sell these kitchen things, so people come they ask of grinding stone. People when we say their children, as in their daughters, want marry, so that they ask of grinding stone. So that is the reason why I decided to go into grinding stone. So really they move, because who want marry now, we want buy grinding stone, we want buy mortar instead of blender. So they see they buy grinding stone, we see they sell them.
E good make women they buy am for any pikin wey wan marry. E good make they buy am for his children. This grinding stone, mortar, all these things wey they use for house. E good well for women. Mostly women, good for women for house. Make they use am. Not be say every time you say for engine, you grind engine for pepper. E no good. But all this grinding stone, e dey nice for many women where they use am for house.
I get grinding stone for house, and every woman still need them. For instance, like me now, even though my daughter won't marry, I'll buy grinding stone for her because it's very, very necessary. Sometimes, if you say you want to use this blender now, maybe light, or even though light, maybe if you want to use it, I feel spoil. It's about grinding stone, not be like that. You just did the standby at any time where you want to use it, you won't use it. But people, they touch them based on stress where they inside. Not be say get anything where they spoil food. Like for instance, if you use that, you wash them instantly. If you want to eat 1 gram, you go rest them.
Grinding stones have been used for a very long time. It has been passed from mother to daughter, from generation to generation. It's been used both as an opportunity to bring mother and daughter together, and the method of grinding certain spices for making special local meals. It was also a method of instilling patience and virtue on our heritage as young women.
I am in Mama Ebo Pepper Rice restaurant, where she will be teaching us how to cook the local dish in our country, Nigeria. Mama Ebo, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Auntie.
How you doing now?
I did fine.
Okay, so you're going to teach us how we go cook our local stew for Nigeria today.
Yes.
So greet our people now.
My people for us, I greet you now. I want to make I teach you now how to cook local stew. You know, our local stew is the stew that we take to our system that make us to be like this.
So back then in old days,
in our old days, we use a local grinding stone to grind our pepper, to grind our tomatoes, so we make it a stew. When you eat that stew, you see the taste. But now they grind with a machine. They grind with that is not our local. The blender, that is not our local stew. Yes. Today we are going to teach you how to grind with stone. So you see, this is our native pepper. We are going to wash it with water. This is onions. Then pepper. Then tomatoes. Tomatoes, pepper. Then I will grind. It's not going to be small. It's not going too small. So I don't grab it. The butter. This is our red oil, native oil. Then I will turn it inside the pot. Then I go put onions, slicing onions. Then put am for the red oil inside the pot. Then I go turn together. I go turn the onions inside the oil. Now our local stew now they cook so that we go look at tomorrow we go know how to cook am. Then the onions, I go put tomatoes and the onions and the pepper that we grind together. That will make the local stew. Then I don't put them. Then I go put tomato. Tomato, you put water now. Then I go put tomatoes. Local stew. Meat. Then we go put meat. Go put meat. Then we go turn am for inside the stew, inside the pot. Then we go turn. We go turn no. We go turn am so that the stew not go burn. Then we go put maggi. Then I go put maggi. We know they use white maggi. Oh, you go put better maggi. Then you put. Then you turn. Then you go cover am. I wan cover am so that I go wait, make the meat done.
Mama Ebo, why is it that nowadays, girls, young girls, they don't make use of the grinding stone?
Because no grinding stone is hard to use. They want easy a way of grinding. They will just go to a machine to go and grind. But this stone, when they use it to grind pepper, you will see the taste is different from the one they use for machine. Stone is the best.
I was young when my mom taught me how to use the grinding stone and every other thing. Onions was a very difficult thing to do. You know, onions, when you want to grind the onions, you have to use, there's one tactic they use in grinding onions.
Like so you want to use grinding stone to grind onions or pepper or tomatoes, you need to slice. Then you will slice the onions so that it will make easy. It will easy for you. Yes, so it will easy for you to grind.
Apart from tomatoes, pepper.
Use it for tomatoes, melon, that is a beans, then vegetable. You can use it. It's very, very good. It's our system. It's our roots. We are going back to our roots. When you see, like all this machine, it's not our own system. This grinding stone that we are using before, even our forefather, our mother, our grandmother, they teach us how to use grinding stone. If you use grinding stone to grind tomatoes or pepper, this stew is always nice.
What's your advice to mothers out there and young girls out there?
My advice to our mothers, they should be teaching their children how to use a grinding stone. So, I want to open the pot now. Then I want to turn. I'm turning. I'm turning. You see how I turn it? So I'm turning it. I'm turning it. I'm turning it. Use firewood. Use firewood to cook. You see, gas and firewood, they are not the same. You know our firewood is the best. When we use firewood to cook our stew, our local stew, the taste is always different. The stew is already, our local stew is already. I want serve now. Make my people, make them taste and make them see us. When they eat and they go enjoy it. You see them. So why eat and I don't ready? We mothers, help with the teach how they teach our children how to cook. It's very, very important. When our children go husband house, they say to find a master in school. Yeah, my sister now want to do food too. So that make it test her, make it see as it be. Sister. Brother, this food, you go test her, make you see as it be. Eat her, make you see as it be. So test her, I do. It tastes nice.
So we are now eating the local dish being prepared by Mama Ebo Pepper Rice. And we're saying big thank you to her. So, Auntie, you don't eat the food. I be from the one way they eat, the normal stew way they eat, and this local one, I taste it different. It did different, Abi, and it did nice.
It did nice and taste nice.
Okay, so what do you go tell our people for house? Say, may they go back to the old ways.
My people, our local way, we will take they cook this food before, as I say from my mama. Now it good pass, and they make us strong. They make us feel healthy. But this time now, our children, some of them don't have used this stove because of this, what they call technology. So you know they help us. If we still go back to our old way, I sure say now it go better for us.
Okay. Brother, have you seen the grinding stone before? You've seen it. Do you know how to make use of the grinding stone? You know how to make use of the grinding stone. So how is this the taste of the food and the normal one you will eat?
Right, okay.
This one is better. Okay, so what will you tell young persons like you out there?
They should go back to this one.
Okay, they should go back to making use of the grinding stone. Okay. So you have all heard what they have said. Our local dish is still better than the new ones, the technology engine, and even our blender. So whatever you're doing, your children out there, teach them how to make use of the grinding stone, because certainly we have to go back to our roots. So thank you so much for making sure you're part of us on Heritage. Till we meet again next week, always remember that culture is our pride. Thanks to Mama Ebo Pepper Rice for a wonderful, sumptuous meal.